hot peppers, plasma, and some messed up fish. You already know why you're here. We are here with a part 4, guys. Welcome back, most amazing family. Here are the top 10 deadliest substances in the world you should never touch, part 4. Kicking off the list at number 10, the Carolina Reaper. Oh yeah, I'm gonna throw a hot pepper on this list. Do you know what happens if you touch one of these and then accidentally make contact with one of your eyes? Eye contact, I guess, literally. It's not great. It's officially the world's hottest pepper. The Carolina Reaper is 200 times more intense than a jalapeno pepper. So if you ever get one of those stuck to the bottom of a nacho chip, it's like a warm surprise. Yeah, it's that times 200. If you eat one of these peppers, headaches will linger for a long time. Measuring it in Scoville heat units, it's up in the 2 millions. Peppers like the scorpion pepper are just underneath it. Those are two very bad ones. Now, of course, you can touch these peppers if handled properly. They add a nice spicy flavor to your meal, but when handled improperly, you're going to be patting your eyes with cloths full of milk. You're going to be dipping your eyes in bags of milk. Not bags, that's so Canadian, bags of milk. One user from Reddit shared their experience after barely touching the pepper and rinsing their hands with water. They said that they almost went blind. So wash your hands twice. Number 9, the blue-ringed octopus. Another alien living on our planet that we all just accept as a type of fish. I watched a documentary on Netflix recently about this thing, and honestly, I'm amazed. Straight up, this is my new favorite animal of all time. The blue-ringed octopus is commonly found in the waters of Australia and Japan, and sometimes they're not even in the water. They can walk over rocks into another part of the ocean. They have multiple brains. They use their tentacles to walk along the ocean floor. They're also believed to be the only other species that dreams aside from us. Of course, changing colors while they do so to make them even more interesting. Dazzling but deadly, the blue-ringed octopus is lethal enough to take out 26 adults. They're filled with 2 different types of venom. The first can kill their prey, and the other can be used as a defense, spray, underwater ink splash. Either way, this toxin is bad news. They don't get very large as well, so keep an eye out. Watch those little toes. Number 8, Quark gluon plasma. Okay, another fun experiment that sounds like it can turn horrible at any given moment. Right after the Big Bang happened, scientists believed that there was this extremely hot goop made of all types of matter. It was all moving around at light speed. It was this liquid called quark gluon plasma. Well, the fine folks over at the Large Hadron Collider recorded the highest temperature ever recorded by humans. Created by humans, rather. They got this machine to remake that space soup, and it hit 9.9 trillion degrees Fahrenheit. That's 366,000 times hotter than the center of the sun. You can try and touch this substance, but your arm will literally melt off first, so have at her. Number 7, Stonefish. This next one disguises itself as a rock, so good game, guys. The stonefish is a spiny dude. Each of its 13 spines are filled with venom, so if you're taking a late night dip, watch out for rocks that blink, I guess. These fish look extremely angry, like they look deadly. At least the octopus was cute. What the hell is this guy? It's like a stone face, it's ugly. Its venom is lethal to humans, so if you're watching this and you're a human who lives in, you guessed it, Australia, you better wear steel toe boots to the beach, I guess. Stonefish don't use their venom to hunt, which is the scary part. They only shoot venom out of their spines if pressure is applied to them. It's like walking in a minefield. I'm glad I now know this, but I also wish I didn't, Somewhere in the middle. Just don't tell me these things. Number 6, supercritical liquid. Found at the bottom of the ocean are these cracks, these openings that release the heat from inside the Earth's crust. These hot spots warm up the surrounding ocean water and it super cooks it, creating this supercritical liquid. These hydrothermal vents get around 867 degrees Fahrenheit. That's around the same temperature as the surface of Venus. That's amazing. The Sisters Peak chimney, located in the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, is considered to some as the Devil's Doorway. And it makes sense why. Experts believe that the vents were formed during an earthquake around 20 years ago, meaning we're only seeing the beginning of this underwater supervolcano. No life can survive here at all, not even microbial. Number 5, chlorine trifluoride. This next one is one of the most dangerous gases in the world, so pay attention. Chlorine trifluoride can burn your eyes and skin if you make contact. It can very well blind you, it's pretty intense. Breathing it in can cause fluids in your lungs to build up, and if you were to physically touch the liquefied gas, it would instantly cause frostbite. So either way, chlorine trifluoride is deadly. It's also colorless, and it's mainly used to blast rockets into space. It's a main component of rocket fuel, and it can only be stored in fluorine metal containers. Damn it, all I have is Tupperware. We'll get them next time. Number 4, liquid helium. Heading back to the Big Bang for a hot second. pun intended. Back in 2015, scientists successfully created the coldest substance on the planet. How amazing is that? They were able to chill molecules down to absolute zero, which is colder than the afterglow of the Big Bang. Recently I mentioned the particle collider and how we're trying to speed those ones up, but this time around we're slowing them right down. A team at MIT chilled gas molecules of sodium potassium and they got them down to 500 nanokelvins, aka minus 459 degrees Fahrenheit. This liquid is colder than you can imagine, even your ex's heart. Number 3. Strychnine. This next one could have been the reason Alexander the Great met his fate. Odorless and white, this crystalline powder was once used to treat many ailments back in the day. But back in the day, they also used to prescribe radiated water to, help your golf swing. So now strychnine is used mainly as a pesticide. This deadly substance naturally comes from a plant called Strychos nux vomica, commonly found in southern Asia and Australia. Always Australia, always. Strychnine can take down the strongest of humans. Like I said, even Alexander the Great got hit with this one. What happens is, after it's inhaled or ingested or touched or involved in any way, the chemical that controls nerve signals get all messed up. It's like an off switch for your muscles. It's terrible. Your body will immediately start experiencing spasms, leading to your muscles tiring out to a point where you can't even breathe. Your neck and back will arch uncontrollably. That sounds like the worst thing imaginable. My neck too, imagine that. Thing would wrap around my body twice. Number 2, ancient colors. Here's a fun one for you history buffs. Throughout history, many ancient civilizations used creative ways to color their clothing or to paint buildings. Nowadays, we can pick the exact shade we want to fill in the family room, but back then, they barely knew what they were messing with. Like white lead, for example. Around 2,500 years ago, humans produced this color. It's one of the earliest examples of pigmentation, which is a little fun fact. It's mentioned back in the 3rd century by philosophers. You create it by mixing metallic lead with vinegar, strong vinegar. The fine lead shavings dissolve in this vinegar, and then it's dried, sifted, mixed with more vinegar, and then dried again in the sun. European painters used this lead white, but once it's inhaled, ingested, or even makes direct skin contact, you experience muscle pains and spasms, blood pressure would skyrocket, and you would have extreme headaches. But your clothes would look great. And finally, number 1. Hutchinsonite. This last one for our part 4 is just a deadly mashup of minerals. It's awesome. This rare, beautiful, badass of a gem is a hybrid. It's thallium, arsenic, and lead all rolled up and pushed into this ball of nope. If you come into contact with it, you can go bald. Yeah, straight up. Of course, this is number 1. A rock that makes you go bald. What am I, Lex Luthor? That's insane. Yeah, the thallium can induce male pattern baldness, and if you're wondering where such a dangerous mood gem can be hiding, well, it's commonly found in those deadly hydrothermal vents that I mentioned earlier. It all connects. Before we finish up this list, I have to shout out some comments from our part 2, because that was a weird one. First comment comes from Chris Aaron. Why is the hooded patooey the funniest bird name I've ever heard? I agree, it sounds evil. It sounds like it's like lurking in the dark. It sounds like a Spider-Man villain. It's like the hooded patooey. It sounds like someone Hawkeye is gonna fight in the next season of Hawkeye. Sinister Sadie says, I was unsure about Taylor at first, but now he's my favorite. Well, now you sound like my parents. I'm glad I worked my way out. Thank you. Sarah Tenyenson says, the bloopers, please don't have him leave. I'm not gonna leave, hopefully. Who told you that? I love it. He's awesome. Thank you so much, Sarah. Thanks for watching. I don't try and do the bloopers. I'm just like talking about minerals and f***ed up fish. I genuinely don't know how to say half these things, but I try my best, and I do so looking like this, so that you buy it. Thanks. And also, please don't have me leave as well. Patron No Matter says, yes, do more videos like this one, very educational and enlightening. Ask and you shall receive, my friend. Hit that thumbs up if you think I can pull off a part 5 to this list, and we'll see you very soon on Most Amazing Top 10. I'm Taylor McWaters. Bye.